Yeah, it's crucial, of course, to secure a spot in the round of 16. I guess we need to take 1 point. There is a small option even on 3, but we have to go for points, of course. So our tactical things again around the game will definitely be to go for it, to don't just defend, because if we defend, there is a big chance that in the end they score on us. So we have to have our own build-up play, and we have to have our own play during midfield. So it's a combination of good and strong and stable defense, and also have a good plan for your attacking game. So because if we score, there's always a good chance to have points with you from the game.
All right.
Okay, welcome to Sporting Vanguard, the sporting segment of Vanguard Live on this very beautiful day. And of course, the video you just watched is that of the technical advisor of the Super Falcons, talking about Thomas Deneby. The Super Falcons of Nigeria will definitely be in action today, and it's a make or break encounter against the host France. And of course, the odds are piling. So many people believe that the odds are against Nigeria, and they need a result. And the result they need today is victory, or they get a draw. A draw will definitely, push them into the second round, and that's exactly what Thomas Deneby is talking about. He knows that it's an uphill task, but the young man is very, very serious about it. He has talked about playing a compact game and a very aggressive game. And I'm not the only one to look into this today. We have men in the house. Talk about Jacob Ubunaranga Ajom. You're welcome.
Good morning, viewers. Good morning, Tony.
Okay, thank you so much. And also, Ben is lovely. That's what I call him. Ben Efe. You're welcome.
Good afternoon, viewers. We're happy to be here again.
Okay, the Super Falcons will be on the match today. But talk about the match. You also remember that the Super Eagles of Nigeria, their last friendly game out there in Egypt, they lost to Senegal. It's a 1-0 defeat to the Super Eagles. We are going to look, take a very proper look into that game, and of course talk about some other things, especially at the transfer market, where Chelsea have finally lost their coach. Talking about Sarri. Sarri has moved over to Juve, and Chelsea have equally confirmed it. We're going to look at it to see if indeed it was a good movement for Chelsea or a very bad one. They're thinking about bringing a young man that did absolutely well at the break. Talk about Frank Lampard. We will definitely come back just to tell you what we have on the menu today. Very beautiful. Jacob, we're starting with the Super Falcons. They will be on the match again today, and that match is very, very vital for them. They need a draw with France or a victory against France. And do you think getting a victory against the host France, do you think it's achievable?
It's an uphill task. It's achievable. It's football. They said it doesn't know its owner. If you buy a football and put it on the pitch, it doesn't know who owns it. So even if France are the hosts, right, the Super Falcons can achieve it. But it's going to be an uphill task, like I said. France are a very good side. Presently, they top the group with 6 maximum points. And for the Falcons, they need it. They need this match more than anything else if they have to survive. That is what I think they should go ahead and do. Like the Nabi said, France are beatable. They are good, but they are beatable because we have a very young side with very aggressive players who are very athletic. I watched them play against South Korea. I was very impressed with their runnings, with their counter-attacking mentality. And I think they will put that to play today against France. Ooh, I mean, you never can say, because definitely they're out there for a mission, and I want to see them achieve that mission by beating France, or at least getting a draw against France.
Okay, getting a draw. That's Jacob. For the very first time, Jacob is being patriotic and indeed just saying what he feels. But I think it's an uphill task, for Nigeria, because they will be playing against France. And I do know that the French team, though they have qualified, definitely they are going to bring in some other younger players. And I feel that some other things about bringing in fresh legs is that those fresh legs will also want to impress and show that their inclusion is not a mistake, and perhaps even trying to overtake those who are already considered in the first team. Ben, you had Jacob, and You also listen to Thomas Deneby, the coach of the Super Falcons, talk about compact game and aggressiveness. Now he's urging the Super Falcons to be aggressive. And don't you think this might backfire? When you are aggressive, you open up your defense. And of course, if the midfield equally is not as compact as you plan in the bid to get a goal, you know, it becomes thumping. It could just rise up from 1 goal, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Considering that in the last friendly that the Super Falcons played against the same French team, they conceded 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 goals.
Well, when you're playing somebody who's better than you in all departments, you have to use your brain. So I guess that's what the coach is trying to tell the girls. And I expect them to play a very tactical game. Don't make any mistakes, you know. Sit back there like they did against South Korea. They just sat back there, you know. They come at you and you just go on a fast break, play your ball to the front runner, Asisa Toshola. Let's see whether she can do 1 or 2 things with the ball up front. Of course, France, they are the home team, and I guess are going to be playing against them in their own backyard, and they have a whole lot of support from the crowd, from their fans. And so our girls need to really have the mind of steel playing that game. They shouldn't be intimidated. I know that some of them are already on yellow cards. I know that they'll pick up 1 or 2 fouls, you know, so they should be careful. They should concentrate. I think a draw will do them good.
Okay, talking about the Super Falcons, their match today comes up 8 p.m. Nigerian time, and here on Vanguard Live, we are looking at that epic match that will be coming down, and that will definitely determine, you know, whether the Super Falcons are going to, you know, stay in France longer than necessary. Because if they lose today's match, you know, to the French national team, exactly, they will be going through the exit door. But let's just also tell you, you know, that today's match very, very vital for us, because Asisat Oshoala, you know, the Nigerian, the only Nigerian who is playing, you know, for Barcelona Female Football Club, you know, is up against so many things. She's angling for a record, and that record is a 20-year-old record, because Asisat Oshoala, if she scores a goal again today, you know, 2 goals, that will be, you know, a Nigerian record, you know, that she's going to, you know, meet. And that's 2 goals against South Korea, you know, will definitely be up, because Messi Akide and Adako Kuraf already are in, you know, on 2 goals. And if she happens to score longer than this, and perhaps Nigeria beat France, Asisat could as well be going for, you know, another record, which definitely will be 3 goals, and that will be breaking the 20-year-old record that has been broken by Nkiro Koscielny. Koscielny got those 3 goals in USA 1999, and Rita Wadike got her own 3 goals, you know, in 2 different tournaments. So everything is up for Asisat Oshoala. But Jacob, let's just look at France. Like you said earlier, France, they have 6 points. Norway 3 points. It's a very dicey group. If you look at it, France 6 points, Norway 3 points, Nigeria 3 points. If Nigeria beats France, they will go on 6 points. And if Norway, you know, beats South Korea, they will also go on 6 points. So it's imperative that France should not play, you know, with any kid gloves against Nigeria today.
Well, France may relax. According to what we have seen over tournaments, France, having qualified, may want to bring in some fresh legs that have not tested action before. And that could be their greatest undoing, because that would be like underrating the Super Falcons. And if they play into Super Falcons' hands, the Falcons will actually reign supreme. But if that happens and the Falcons go ahead to win, they will have 6 points and equaling France. And if Norway beat South Korea, they will actually have 6 points as well. So it becomes who is first, second,
a ding-dong affair.
Yeah, the goal differences and all that will come to play. And definitely the 3 of them will cross over to the next round, because at least one of them will be the best third-placed team in the tournament. So I see that the 3 teams have equal chances of moving to the next round. So if that happens, it will be to the advantage of Nigeria, because whoever we meet next will be on fire, because if they are able to cross this line, this hurdle, the France hurdle, I'm sure any other person will fall under them.
Okay, talk about crossing the Rubicon, and that Rubicon is France, and we are looking at the big match that is coming up today, 8 p.m. Nigerian time. But there are some other matches, very crack, matches also that are coming up out there in France. Talking about Spain, that will be hosting the Chinese girls that are on fire. That's Spain versus China. That will come up 5 p.m. Nigerian time. And another sister country, talk about South Africa, will be hosting Germany by 5 p.m. The South African ladies, they do not have any choice other than to play for pride and, of course, to fulfill all righteousness according to FIFA. They have lost their 2 matches, and, of course, as I speak to you, their bags and luggages are already packed. And Nigeria, like we've told you earlier, entertains France by 8 p.m. And that's just what it is. Ben, we're still talking about this Nigerian team. It's in mistakes that they make, that they were corrected against South Korea. We're not just playing as a team. As we have always seen that a good team that plays together, that plays as a team, will always celebrate as a team. But individual brilliance and then trying to show off sometimes backfire.
Of course, that's what so many of them tried to do in the first game against Norway. When you don't play as a team, you're always going to be missing your lines. You want to play to the gallery. Somebody like Francisca Odega, she wanted to show everybody that she's there, she's the one making all the moves. But it's not like that. You have to link with your other teammates as well. You have to put the ball where it's supposed to be. We saw them against South Korea. They were just compact. This Okeke, this young girl Okeke, she was the one who threw the pass to Oshuala from that fast break. So those are the kind of things we're supposed to be saying. Sit back there, think about your game plan, stick to your game plan, and then create your chances and make the goals. Then you'll be home and dry. If we don't see that kind of move today from them, I guess it's going to be difficult against France.
Okay, Jacob, and we talk about opportunities, and opportunities that, sometimes they say opportunity comes but once. If you remember that old Prince Nikomberg, he was in your place.
He's from Ekom.
He's from Ekom, and he died on top of a motorcycle.
He's dead.
When he saw rest in peace. We were just talking about taking up opportunities.
Yes, opportunities, they do come. Falcons have been creating opportunities, but the forward line at times have been a bit relaxed, because a girl like Oparanozie, I expect a lot from her, because she can bully any defense. Incidentally, she plays her professional football in France, so she's on a familiar turf, I want to believe. So we expect that the midfield and the defense will be well coordinated today, so that they can be feeding the attack with balls and creating opportunities for them to score. Oshuala has actually shown that she's good, given what she did in the last match. She scored a very difficult goal, and she won a woman of the match in that match from that goal she scored, because I feel that the two of them can form a very terrific twin partnership. If they give them the necessary balls, if they fit them well, I'm sure they will deliver. But against France, it's going to be tough. I see a very tough match, but then at the back of my mind, I feel the Falcons can still spring some surprises in this match of today.
You talk about surprises, and as usual, with me on this program, Jacob, can you stick out your neck and tell us exactly, so you've been talking so passionately about Nigeria. I don't know if you are enveloped, by passion or by patriotism.
Well, passion, patriotism, and hindsight. I think the Falcons can pull a draw in tonight's match.
And if they are beaten?
If they are beaten, well, we start calculating who did what and where, whether we can stay or go. But I feel a draw would be the best result for them. Nothing less than a draw should be good for them. Okay,
and Ben, before we leave this topic about the FIFA Women World Cup, holding in France, can you stick out your neck?
Well, everybody in Nigeria is hoping for a draw. The Super Falcons should just avoid a defeat by all means, any way they want to do it. they should go out there and do it. If they lose, like Jacob said, we'll start looking who win for here, who win for there. That's what's going to happen. But I think that they will try out their best. I don't see them getting the result they wanted, but we will just hope for the best. That's all.
Ben is not too sure what the Falcons will do. You know, by gesticulations, it shows that Nigeria may be as well be packing their luggages with South Africa, you know, and be heading home. But like we say, we are a country that believes so much in God, and that is one thing that we always say on this program, Vanguard Live. Nigerians should pray so that the Super Falcons can play, and that match comes up by 8 p.m. All we need is just for you to pray for the Super Falcons, you know, so that the Super Falcons can as well, you know, play. And once they play, the white, green flag of Nigeria will definitely flutter in the sky, and that brings so much joy to so many homes, and of course, so much money to so many pockets, you know, for those that, you know, are into betting. But then, let's not just talk about that. Yesterday also, we saw, we didn't see, but we had, you know, because the Super Eagles of Nigeria played behind us against Senegal, one of the tough teams that will definitely kickstart in the African Cup of Nations on Friday. Talk about the Teranga Lions and an Eagle, you know, playing. And at the end, the result we just had, that the result was Senegal 1, Nigeria 0. And that just one goal separated the Eagles from the Lions. The Lions roared, Jacob. Nobody saw this match, but Senegal walking with their noses in front. Do you think this is a sign of what is to come in the African Cup of Nations that starts this Friday in Egypt?
Well, for some of us who attended secondary school in days of old, we had what we call mock exams. Okay. This was like a mock exams, and it doesn't actually test the true, it's not a true test of knowledge. I still feel that perhaps the Nigerian team, like the Senegalese team too, may have played tentatively, experimentally. One goal to Senegal is not surprising. After all, they are the #1 team in Africa. With the quality they have and the level of preparedness for this Africa Cup of Nations, I did not expect anything less from the Teranga Lions. For the Super Eagles, I think they put up a good show. They missed some scoring chances, which if they had converted, perhaps would have given them the edge.
Scoring chances that you did not see because you did not see that match.
I read the report.
Yeah, something that you read.
The report.
You know,
I mean, our players missed some chances. I learned of Ndidi missing a chance, a very close chance. One of that players,
Chukwueze.
That notwithstanding, let the Nations Cup begin. Then we see the true level of preparation for both teams. We are not in the same group, but I still believe we'll meet somewhere along the line, because Nigeria will not be eliminated at the group stage. We are going to go ahead. Definitely we'll meet the Senegal, and there we'll see who is who.
Okay, that's Jacob. Jacob talking very strongly there and talking about mock exam. When you talk about mock exam, if you do not pass your mock exam, it becomes difficult for you to pass the main exam. That's you know, the way we were taught when we were in our own you know, primary and secondary school. Mock exams are very, very important, because the mock exam prepares you. It gives you that leverage. It gives you, you know, that impetus that I've done well in the mock exam. The main exam is equally going to be like the mock.
I may come in there again. These mock exams at times could give you a false sense of fulfillment, of hope. When you get grade 1 in your mock, you relax. What is it? I'll make it. And when the real WAEC exams comes, you may not get as much as you thought you would. So mock exams is a two-edged sword that could cut either way. So let's wait till the main tournament.
Okay, that's the theory, mock exam, the theory of Jacob Ajom. And I do not know if you share any sentiments or the theory of Jacob. Nigeria lost 1-0 to Senegal. And we are looking at it, you know, as in Nigeria losing your first or your last match before a competition. Does it weigh you down, or does it in any way prepare you for the uphill task, knowing that, okay, that means that I've not really gotten to that level, let me prepare more?
Of course, I looked at the lineup for both teams. It's just, I think it's their first 11 they'll be using at the tournament that's well on parade. So my own conclusion is that the Super Eagles, like we always know, their standard performance is always a bronze. So like we are saying, this first match to me is just like a wake-up call to them. You are not there, so don't have any false hope that you are going to be winning the trophy on your return after missing 2 editions. Of course, the coach already spoke his mind that look, we are not the favorite. You have Egypt there, you have Senegal there, so it's now left for him to go back and see what he can do to spring surprises in the final.
Okay, let's just tell you that we're still on Vanguard Live, where we are looking at all the matches that are going down. The Super Eagles, they went down 1-0 yesterday, and of course, that is exactly what we are looking at. It wasn't only the Super Eagles that were on parade yesterday in their last friendly games before the African Cup of Nations starts this weekend out there in Egypt. And of course, remember that Egypt is known for his beautiful pyramids. I remember going there, taking a lot of pictures, and of course, meeting with so many people. But let's tell you that Nigeria went down. Senegal 1, Nigeria 0, Algeria 3, Mali 2, and Egypt 3, Guinea, another strong team in Africa. That shows that Egypt perhaps, have shown. I don't know how Jacob is going to talk about Egypt beating Guinea 3-1. But before we come to that, Jacob, Janet Raw, spoke yesterday. Is it a mind game? Is it preparing people to perhaps deceive so many other coaches that the Super Eagles are not ready? They are not in position for the cup, because he keeps saying that my team, we are not the favorite. Is it a mind game, or he's just saying the truth as it were?
Well, it could be a mind game, but I want to believe he's a realist. Nigeria at the moment, we are rated 3 behind Senegal and Egypt. Definitely, for now, the Egyptians are favorites. They are 7-time champions, and hosting this tournament, I think for Egyptians, it is a right. It's a birthright for them to win it, having been the host. And for Senegal, they would want to prove that they're actually Africa's number 1. So let us see, considering the standard of Senegal, the pedigree of Egypt, and Cameroon, the defending champions, don't forget, they will all be there to want to see that they win this tournament. So the Super Eagles, to me, have a remote chance of winning this tournament. I totally agree with Raw that they are not the favorites, but they can still surprise the world that they're actually as good as we want to believe they are. So I give it to Egypt.
Jacob, if still being with you, if the Super Eagles are not favorites, it's only in Nigeria that anytime Nigeria is hosting any competition that they begin to talk about immense pressure as host. But when other countries are talking, we are talking about giving them chances, because they are, they are the host. I thought this is a very fine opportunity for Janet Raw, who has been in Nigeria, taking Nigeria to the World Cup and talked so much about a young team. And up till this time, he's still talking about, a young team, that the team is still, work in progress. When is this work going to be completed?
Unfortunately, Raw himself, I don't think is the ideal coach we need in this country. He may have done well with the Super Eagles by qualifying for the World Cup and qualifying for the Nations Cup with a match to spare. Getting to the tournament proper is where you see the true test of a coach. And he's going to meet some other top-notch coaches with top-notch football tradition, like Senegal. To me, in Africa, they don't have much pedigree when it comes to Nations Cup. But at the moment, they are rated number 1. But countries like Egypt, countries like Cameroon, countries like Ghana, right? They are going there with a lot of history behind them. So, Raw saying Super Eagles are not favorite, I want to believe with him. But he too is the problem, because yes, if he has a good technical know-how, he has enough materials to win any tournament. I expected so much from him at the World Cup, and he disappointed me. So I don't expect anything extraordinary in Egypt. That is my view of the man.
Okay, thank you so much, Jacob Ajam, for your view. We are still on Vanguard Live, where we are X-raying the African Cup of Nations that will be starting out there in Egypt. And of course, we are looking at Nigeria's chances, Nigeria's preparedness, And of course, they lost 1-0 to Senegal, at the weekend. That's going to be their last friendly before the African Cup of Nations. And I met my friend Kweku on Friday, and Kweku told me that he's really been listening to all that we've been saying, and that no Nigerian is giving the Black Stars any chance of survival. He said, emphatically that the Black Stars of Ghana are going to win the African Cup of Nations. And if you want to ask somebody anything concerning Black Stars, anything that concerns Ghana, I think Ben, you are the best person that suits that, because as they say in Ghana, Kumape Mapembeba, once it comes to football in Africa.
Yeah, in Ghana they are just as crazy as we are about football. But I think that the Ghanaian team, they are not the team they used to be. We don't have the likes of Michael Essien there anymore. You don't have the likes of someone Gian, who on any good day can make any opposing team suffer.
But Asamoah Gyan is in the team.
Yeah, I know he's in the team.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that he's not in top form anymore. So right now you can even start looking at your fingers. Who are the top players apart from this?
They are you brothers.
What have they done in their clubs? So that's what we are looking at. The only guy I can just point my finger to now is this guy Thomas Partey, who plays for Atletico Madrid. So I think Ghana, they are going to struggle in the tournament, but who knows? It's a tournament, so anything can always come up.
Okay, to talk about the Black Stars of Ghana, and of course we saw the beautiful preparation, and of course the send forth that the president of the country gave, to the team. Talk about preparations. Talk about bidding farewell, a party. We are listening, and of course I watched that video of the Black Stars, and of course it touched me. That's exactly how a nation prepares. Imagine the president of Ghana intervening that Asamoah Gyan has to rescind his decision on quitting the Black Stars, because Asamoah Gyan quit the Black Stars because of captaincy, because he wasn't really comfortable for the fact that they stripped him of the captaincy and then gave it to one of the Ayu brothers, and the president had to intervene and bring back Asamoah Gyan. And I must tell you that there is peace, there is tranquility, there is oneness, there is togetherness, and of course there is so much love, in the Black Stars of Ghana. Jacob, we've talked about Black Stars. Let's look at Egypt. Egypt as a host, Mo Salah, is the linchpin, is the coordinator, is the front man, is the attacker, is the goal scorer, is the finisher, it's the predator, in the Pharaoh's national team. And also Guinea, one of the crack teams in Africa. And we saw their friendly, and Egypt ran away 3-1 against Guinea. Right. Is that an indication of what to expect in the opening game of the African Cup of Nations going down on Friday?
Egypt, you can be sure, will give you a good match any day. Remember, majority of the players in Egypt play their football in the Egyptian league, and that is the source of strength of the Egyptian team. Mo Salah and perhaps a few others are coming from abroad. The Egyptians have a compact team. They have been playing together for long. They can easily assemble themselves. I mean, at the tip of the coach's fingers, they can be together in one night. So you can be sure of having a very good, well-blended team representing Egypt at this tournament. Guinea is good. Guinea from West Africa, incidentally we're in the same group. It shows you that we're not going to have it easy, because there should be no underrating any team in this tournament. No small team, whether the Madagascar that is just coming for the first time, should not be underrated. We are having Burundi as well, coming for the first time in our group. Super Eagles must not underrate them, because all these teams, they eliminated some big names before qualifying for the Nations Cup final. Like the good old Christian Chukwu will tell you, any team that qualifies for the final of a tournament is a potential champion. So until the tournament begins and ends, you can't know who the champion will be. So that is the situation. Egypt will be very good. You can be rest assured of that. And I'm almost tipping them.
Okay.
Almost tipping them.
Jacob, you've taken a drink of tipping. I hope that you do not come back tomorrow to also remove your tipping. And Ben, one other important department at the Super Eagles that we've not talked about is the goalkeeping area. Ben, this for you. We have seen Daniel Akpeyi. Daniel Akpeyi, has been sort of outcast, to so many Nigerian fans. But suddenly, the young man has shot himself into the hearts of Genetro. We've seen him keeping the post against Zimbabwe, and also in their 1-0 loss to Senegal, again that was played indoors out there in Egypt. It was Daniel Akpeyi that was also, between the sticks. And could that be an indication that Daniel Akpeyi has wrestled the number one goalkeeping position from Ozoho?
Yeah, when you look at it, when Iyama was there, Akpeyi was the deputy. And then, of course, we had this guy from Wolves who got injured, Ekpeme. When Ekpeme came and Ekpeme now dropped to number 2. So the guy has always been there. It was just unfortunate for him that in some of the games he didn't perform well. So what he was just lacking there, is just confidence. You can always see him panicking when an attack is coming. So if he can build on that, I know that maybe Rob will just give him the nod. But the only standard goalkeeper from the bunch I'm just looking at is Ezema. We've seen what he can do during the tournament in Morocco, the Chan tournament. Though they lost scandalously in the final, but the guy was there. He knows how to marshal his defense. He knows how to position himself. Then what's his name? The young man who was at the World Cup. He never really showed confidence from day one. I wonder why Raw was playing him in the post. Uzaha is young. He had the opportunity to prove himself, but we've not seen that. It was one of the factors why we had to crash out from the World Cup. And then again, he also had the chance during the qualifiers. He did not perform well in some of the matches. So, Raw and Aloyago are there. They know who's best, who's going to man the post. But whoever they pick should show good courage and make sure that division is well kept.
Okay, Jacob, but we've seen Ozoho, as Ben had said, we've seen Ozoho, from the pecking order from number 1, he's, just swinging to the left, to the right, and, had an opportunity at the World Cup in Russia. But even as it is now, his club, Deportivo La Coruña, have, put him on loan. Could it be that a young man is not settled, and perhaps, these are the factors that perhaps are just affecting.
Uzoho's inactivity at the club level has been a source of worry for Coach Raw. Uzoho was loaned out to a club in I can't remember the name, but in Cyprus. A club in Cyprus, and he has not been keeping in the Cyprus club. Now, at the Super Eagles camp, I don't even know what warranted he's being invited to the Super Eagles camp, because we have very good goalkeepers here. Fellow Kai of Iyimba is a very good goalkeeper, though he's in the local league, but I see him better than Uzoho. Then Ezenwa's form too has been quite questionable. That is why Raw now is pitching his tent with Akpeyi. Akpeyi has been with the Orlando Pirates and has been doing very well in the South African League. So he has been very active. Coming back now to Super Eagles number 1, I think he deserves that shirt. He's the most experienced. He has been there on all occasions. Remember, he even went to the Olympics, right? He kept one match and he was sidelined after that one match. Just like what happened in Uyo. In fact, it was the match against South Africa in Uyo that kind of nailed Akpeyi out of the Super Eagles. Out of being the favorite of fans. He considered 2 goals that were questionable, and since after then he's been trying to fight back. Now I think he has taken his right position as the most experienced keeper in that fold. I expect to see him do well in Egypt. if actually he has become number one, because as at yesterday, Raw was saying he was still unsure of who to man the post for the Super Eagles.
Okay, this is Vanguard Live, the sporting segment. We call it Sport and Vanguard, and of course, we've really taken so many, views on the match between Nigeria and France today at the FIFA Women's World Cup. That match comes up by 8 p.m. We've told you, and there is one record, 20-year-old record that Asisat Oshoala is gunning for. That record that is being held by Nkiru Okosieme and Rita Wadike. Asisat Oshoala will be attempting them, and perhaps if Nigeria survives, France today, Asisat Oshoala could as well attempt the all-time record of Ahmed Musa, the only Nigerian who has scored 4 goals in the World Cup, and that would be an absolute one. And we do know that Ahmed Musa, hold that absolute record of 4 goals in a World Cup. That's incredible, and perhaps the woman will be the one that could erase that. But before we go, for the fans of Chelsea, let's tell you that Frank Lampard has gotten so close, to becoming the coach of Chelsea since the former coach Sarri has moved over back to Italy, and of course he has joined Juventus. Talk about the old lady, and there he will be joining, the great Cristiano Ronaldo. And also we saw at the weekend, we saw Sergio Ramos, getting married to his beautiful TV wife. Talk about Ruby, and all the stars were there except Cristiano Ronaldo. So many things happen in football, but we must tell you that today's edition has been very, very beautiful one. And I thank you, Jacob, for coming, for this program, and hoping that we come back tomorrow, to see that your prediction about mock matches and then that of Super Falcons, will fall into line.
Thank you, Tony. I just hope we'll be here to jubilate and celebrate Falcons' qualification for the next round tomorrow.
Okay, Ben, you do not believe in jubilation or celebration for the Super Falcons?
Well, like earlier on, I predicted that I will follow my heart and follow my mind. At the end of the day, my heart won, so I still hope that the same thing will happen this time around. I hope they will get the draw that they need, so that we can look forward to seeing them in the next round of 16.
Okay, that's exactly how we call it wraps out here in Vanguard. If you have enjoyed us, please just like us as well. And that's exactly how we wind up to this production. Thank you so much for being with us.
Go.